Sunnyside Live, Season 2, Episode 4, Take 1.
Hey friends! Welcome to Sunnyside Farms. I'm Wendy the Wordsmith, and you have tuned in to yet another episode of Sunnyside Live. Now, as you probably remember, this year's theme is Words to Live By, and I'm here with the pups, Hoku, Kui, and Hula, who are shading up underneath this umbrella, thinking about our word for today. Now, I gathered that Kui's been doing some heavy studying, and lately he's been stealing my dictionary, and it happens to be, he's taking a nap from his reading. I think he's got the dictionary. I'll just borrow it while he's sleeping so he doesn't get too upset. The word for today is empathy. You might remember the word from last week was understanding. It's kind of a similar word, but maybe I will read to you the definition so that you can get a better idea of what empathy might mean. Merriam-Webster's Children's Dictionary. Oh yeah, print's a little small. I better put my glasses on. That's right. I forget. With aging comes eyes that need a little help. Empathy is a noun meaning the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Empathy means experiencing someone else's feeling. Empathy isn't exactly sympathy though. They're similar words but not the same. Sympathy is more like the act or capacity of feeling someone else's feelings. The feeling or mental state brought about an act. To practice empathy, however, let's see, how could we do that? Maybe we could talk to new people and try to imagine how they might feel. We could try out someone else's life, like maybe I could see what Miss Chris's life might be like because she's kind of had a few ups and downs lately with some injuries and hasn't been able to do some things she'd like to do. That might be an interesting thing. I could also join forces for a shared cause. Maybe there's a group of people who really feel strongly about something and I need to understand why. I could learn a little bit of empathy from them. 6 habits of highly empathetic people. Ooh, interesting. What are their habits? Well, they cultivate curiosity about strangers. We just sort of talked about that, talking to new people. Challenge prejudices and discover commonalities, similar to joining forces for a shared cause. Trying on another person's life. It's like trying on their shoes. Maybe it'd be too small or too big, but it'd be interesting anyway, right? I don't think I would do really well, though, in high-heeled shoes. You know, like movie stars wear those really high-heeled shoes with the really small back parts. I don't even know what they are because I do really well with tennis shoes, or flip-flops are my favorite. So I'm not sure I would want to be somebody who has to wear high-heeled shoes. That wouldn't work. Another habit of an empathetic person is that they listen hard and they open up. Maybe they inspire mass actions and social change, and they develop an ambitious imagination. Now that's really fun. It's really fun to imagine things and think about how situations might be. Like Kui, for example. Here's a good one. So Kui has a couple things going on. He has a torn rotator cuff, and I had that happen one time. I had a horse rear up and strike me in the shoulder, and it hurt really badly, and so I couldn't lift up harnesses for a long time, and I had to kind of doctor it. But Kui has the same thing here in his right shoulder, and so he really shouldn't go running every day with his mom, but then he'll go stir crazy in his mind. So I try to be empathetic about his mental state, but also sympathetic of his shoulder. Sadly, the empathy is winning out over the sympathy, and he still runs every day. Don't tell his doctor. But at least he's not chasing deer or bunnies. So that's kind of how we're dealing with Kui and my empathetic nature towards him. That's a good example. So we have lots of examples of empathy to share with you today. And I think that the person behind the camera, who you haven't even met yet, is here to share with us a little bit about how she captures empathy with film.
Hi guys, my name is Beau. You haven't seen me before because I'm usually behind the camera. Part of a really important thing that I do here at Sunnyside is capture the beautiful and fantastically magical moments between our campers and the animals that we have here on the farm. And how that interacts with empathy is a huge part of what I do with my video work, is I create stories. And I go into people's lives, or maybe some animals' lives, and I show you different ways that they interact and different things they find fun or maybe have a hard time with. And it's really important in what I do to be able to find those moments and find a way to connect compassionately with different people or different animals and their different ways of life. I really enjoy being here and making videos so that I can show people how wonderful and therapeutic working with these animals can be, and just jumping into a different life. Maybe you don't work on a farm, maybe you've never even pet a horse before. And so I love to take these photos and show you guys that there's a whole different world out there that you might not understand, and that's totally cool. So out here at Sunnyside Farm, we all work together as a family, and we're all totally different, coming from completely different backgrounds. I have to have empathy and understanding for the different leaders that I work with and with the different campers. Sometimes the horses are even in a bad mood, and I don't speak horse. So I take my time and I think about my life in their shoes, or literally horseshoes, and I think, wow, I'm really glad that I have the empathy and the time and care to really be here and experience something new. So I'm so glad that I can be here and take videos and photos and share it with you. So now I'm gonna go over to my friends over here, Ivy and Sahara, and I'm gonna show you some bunnies. Here we go.
Hello, it's me, Ivy, and Sahara. This is Lonnie, and this is Kai. And today we're going to talk about fuzzy animals, or the heat, I mean. So the heat here, it gets pretty toasty. So these bunnies have a lot of fur, as you can see, especially Lonnie. And we have a way of keeping them cool, and that is using regular kitchen tiles. You pretty much just put these in the freezer, and then you can give them to the bunnies, and they like to lay on them. As you can see, Kai is already on a tile, cooling off, having a blast. And yeah, that's pretty much how you keep them cool so they don't get all grumpy and sad. Because we all know that when it's hot, we get kind of grumpy. So that just helps these bunnies stay nice and cool so they don't not like each other. Yeah. Yeah. Well, bye. We're going to move on to our next farm friend. I hope you enjoyed our fuzzy animal segment.
Hello friends, it's Chris again. We are here today for our Sunnyside live show. And our word, as you have heard, is empathy. Again, there's not a special sign, it's having understanding, but you also kind of combine it with a really feeling of the heart of how we have heard people talk about walking in other people's shoes. Well, this weekend, kind of that's going to be happening is the 4th of July. And as much as we people enjoy fireworks and loud noises, not all people do, and many animals, they don't know a firework from a door shutting. They don't like the loud sounds. Some people don't. And some people have been in the military, fighting in wars, and they think of bullets when they hear things. So we need to really think about other people, animals, who don't know those things that are exploding, or that they, look beautiful, wow, but think about, if you were in a war and you were being shot at, those fireworks would be really scary. So how do we understand and really pay attention to other people's feelings about that situation? Animals are the same. People who have dogs, now they make something called thunder shirts. And they are shirts that you put on animals, that you Velcro them in, but they're pressure related to give the animal the concept of being held. And some people have them, some people don't understand their animal may need one of those. Or also, some people and animals on that day, that special day, they have to take medicine. They have to take medicine to kind of calm themselves down. So as we all think about, you know, being together with friends, family, as Beau talked about, you know, our family here on the farm, our farm family includes animals and people who have struggled and don't understand those loud noises. So think about this weekend. Do I know someone who has an animal that might be scared? Can I change my idea about fireworks and maybe stop? Maybe 1 year try no fireworks. Hey, go and have some lemonade, have some pop, enjoy some watermelon, enjoy family and become empathetic of other people and animals. Think about that. We'll see you next week, and now we are going to move over to Michelle, and she's going to show us and talk about our goat, Izzy. See you next week.
Yeah, this is Michelle. I'm here talking about Izzy, who is right now, she's very antsy to get back with her friends. So I do feel empathetic towards her situation. She sees her friends, but she really wants to but she can't be with them. So it's a little bit like having a bowl of food in front of you but not being able to eat it. So I can empathize with her on that. Empathy means a person's ability to not only understand how they are feeling, but also feel what they are feeling. So kind of like having their emotions or feelings rub off on you in a way. And I'm a very empathetic person, by the way. And also she is pretty old, so she can't really do as much as she was able to when she was younger. So that, I'm sure that is driving her, I'm sure that is pretty upsetting to her, like not really just being frustrated, like not being able to do what she wants to do all the time. And especially since her leg is sore, her front left leg is sore. So I personally find that empathy is good, but only in moderation, because I understand from experience that if you feel too much of other people's emotions, it can get overwhelming and cause other issues. So empathy is good in moderation. So Izzy, yeah, right now she's been kind of fighting me the whole time and pawing at the ground and trying to just pull on this rope, trying to get back to her friends. Just about 5 minutes ago, I walked around that area and she thought we were going home and she got really excited. And then she was kind of bummed when she realized that she was not going back with her friends. So instead of being frustrated with her, sometimes I try to learn to be empathetic and sympathetic in a way, because empathy and sympathy are interrelated. And I find that it helps the both of us have a better time, instead of just fighting with her and being angry and not taking the time out of my day to understand how she's feeling and why she's feeling that way. So I think I'm going to turn it over to Miss Jensen with our donkey Walter.
Hi friends! Today I am here with Walter. Walter, he's our favorite donkey on the farm, and he's pretty special to us. So, like what Miss Honey said, she can sympathize and empathize with his leg. And we have the same thing going on over here with Mr. Walter. So his right leg has been bothering him these past couple days, and we've been trying to get him better. But I can sympathize with him because I got hurt in my right leg. So I can sympathize in that pain, but I can empathize in his mental health. So he hasn't been able to move around as much like I wasn't able to, and it's really hard. It's kind of frustrating because you can't just get up and go like you used to.
So in that way, I can empathize with Walter and know what's going on. And also, Walter's living with quite a big horse that may not always be the nicest to him. So we like to take him on these little vacations for his mental health and empathize with him that he may need some alone time around the farm. But he's been super happy since he's been out, and his leg is on the road to recovery, and he's doing pretty good. So I think Walter has taught us all to empathize with him for his mental health and being with someone he may not like and his country.
I think that Walter has quite a fan club who empathizes with him every single day. If you tune into our Instagram and Facebook pages, you might have seen a recent post with one of our young campers wrapping his arms around Walter de Dalder. So Walter has us all pretty well wrapped. That said, we have a lot of fun here at the family farm, and maybe you'll join us next week for Word of the Week, which is